Okay. I stole something. Yeah. Can't help it. It's giving a good scratch. Scratch itself.
Well, it's not hiding behind this pole.
Son's around the corner, but being a son, he's quite shy. Ongard knows that his dad's in charge. Now, I would like to get Boksu into the water, but it's a little unlikely. You never know. So he, as well as being a 40-year-old elephant and our breeding bull here, he's just under 5 tons in weight, and we try to keep his weight under 5 tons. It's good for his joints. Hey, Suey, good boy. And he's about 3 meters in height. So he likes his peace and quiet. He spends the majority of his time alone. But he's got his young fellows shadowing him at the moment because he's starting to move away from the herd. In the wild, he'd be related to a young bull has to leave the herd. And once he starts using his little tusks, everyone's going to be pushing him out. And so little Ongard around the corner being a bit shy over there is quite pushy, showing all the signs of being a good bull. Yeah. Nice work. So Boksu is a member, and he's got a few strategies of getting this food without having to get wet. One of them is using his trunk to make that little current like you just saw there. He's very good at a nice yoga stretch too. And he can use his trunk like a vacuum cleaner and suck it towards him. So we'll see if we can get him in. It may not happen. As you can see, he's pretty much covered in dirt and mud, a little bit of straw on there. He had a wash today at about 11. He has a wash every day. But almost immediately he comes out from the wash, he loves putting the coating back on. So elephants like to use mud for sunscreen, for insect repellent, and also for exfoliation. So they rub their bodies up against dead trees and things to get rid of all the dead skin cells. And so he's spent his time doing that. He's got well over 40,000 muscles in that trunk alone. And so that's a pretty impressive bunch of muscles, and we need to give all those muscles a nice workout, including the big one between his ears. And so that's why he gets his food in different ways. So at the moment I might be trying to encourage him into the water, but other times we'll hide the food and give him puzzles to get it. He's very smart. He'll work out very fast that the current will take the food up the other end, and therefore he wouldn't have to swim for it anyway. So it will depend very much on the mood he's in. So he's not as keen on the water as young Marley, his daughter, who's in the next paddock. He's got, the Boksu has 3 or 4 children. Oh, this is almost. So hands up if I've got any people who are left-handers here. A few of us. And Boksu, have a look at his tusks. I get a lot of questions about those tusks. They're crooked, as you can see. He would have used braces if his mum had had a lot of money. And we like to treat both of those tusks because the ivory is so dense and heavy and creates a problem for it. Hard to give a bull elephant a nice neck massage. This is looking very promising. Oh, big stretch. Oh. Yes. So that's another yoga stretch. So this is a little bit like a Pilates class as well. You can also see when he's reaching out that trunk, he's got a finger on the end of it. Now he's an African elephant, he'd have a finger on either side of the end. Pretty loath to get right in, isn't he? He's just seeing whether he can reach them without getting all the way there. So, he can eat branches as thick as our arms. Here in the zoo, he might eat 100 kilos kilos worth of food every day. Out in the wild, he might have to eat double that amount. And so for him, that amount will mean that he's actually very full, very hungry. So you can come up and have a look at that in a minute. So that means that when he eats this pawpaw, he's going to have half of it come out the other end is what it means, including the seeds. So as he's walking around, he's actually planting trees as he goes. So that's a pretty impressive way of keeping the forest going. So he's at the very important end of the forest without him going around pulling down the canopy and eating the big bits and leaving the small things. Then there'll be no food for animals like deer and pigs that can't reach those trees. He's breaking the sunlight, letting the sunlight in. He didn't want the seagull to do dinner. It's a good and so he's breaking open the canopy and letting the sunlight in, leaving food for animals like birds, insects. We've got some birds hanging around here for the first bit, and small mice. And so he's very important at that top end of the environment. That's why he's called an umbrella species, not because he's